Alright, on to page 2. Finding the axis symmetry is always done by taking, sorry I kind of got a little overzealous there, by taking the opposite of b over 2a. Well, in this case, there is no b because does not have an x term. Okay, so that's 0x, so we plug 0 in right there. The opposite of 0 over anything, I don't care what it is, but I'm going to fill it in anyway, is still 0, and so my axis of symmetry is 0, well, plug 0 in, and when I plug 0 in, everything else kind of goes away, and I'm left with just 7. Okay. The y-intercept is always 0, plug it in, so I'm going to have 0 here, I'm going to plug 0 in here, get 0, minus 0, plus 5, well, there it is, 0, 5, easy as that. To find any other point, well, I just plug the value in, plug negative 2 into x. So I need to plug it in right here and right here. And when I plug it in, please be careful to plug it in parentheses. And this is something a lot of students are going to get wrong because I don't zip zap this. I need to do my exponent first. This is like a negative 1 that's going to get multiplied by it. So what I got here is like negative 1 times 4 plus negative 8 minus 8. Negative 4 minus 8 minus 8 is negative 12 minus 8, which is negative 20. That is the solution there. To write this in vertex form, and on the test you're going to be asked to do one in vertex form and one in standard form. To write this in vertex form, again, to find the vertex, I got to take the opposite of b over 2a, so 4. So a is 1, b is negative 4, and c is negative 4. The opposite of b over 2a is 4 divided by 2 times 1, and 4 over 2, of course, is 2. So I'm going to start kind of filling this in here. I know I got h right here, so that's going to give me minus 2. Again, because the minus is always there. If this was a negative 2, it would be minus negative, would become the plus there. This a is always the same in both forms, so that's a 1. And to find my k, I just plug in that value. So I got to plug in 2 into the x's here. I get 2 squared minus 4 times 2 minus 4. 4 minus 8 minus 4, well, negative 4 minus 4 is negative 8. So minus 8 goes out here. Okay. I could double check my answer to make sure. My vertex would be, well, 2, 8. Well, 2, negative 8, excuse me. So that works out good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can do here. Nope, I'll just leave it at that. That's the answer. Okay. To factor these, let's go through it kind of quickly here. X and x. Looks like x and x. This one I don't know. This one I know I have 2x and x. And I know this is 1 and 3. I'm just looking at the factors of these. Similarly, I've got 1 and 8, 2 and 4. I've got 3 and 7, 1 and 21. To get 22, I'll get to that. Here, the factors of 7 are 7 and 11. Oh, that's it. 7 and 11 adds up to that. So 7, 11, plus, done. Because all it wants me to do is factor. Down here I have to solve. The factors of 40, let's see. 1 and 40, nope. 2 and 20, not going to give me 6. 4 and 10, yep, that'll give me 6. 4, 10, positive, negative. Sorry, not in the order I said it, because I need a negative 4x and a positive 10x to give me the 6x. I'm going to come down here and finish this one before I go back to C. In this problem, I got 1 and 3 or 3 and 1. You can guess and check, but I'm here to tell you that it's 1 and 3. And if I minus this and plus that, I get plus 1x minus 6x gives me the negative 5. If I had switched these around and had 1 here and 3 here, I would have probably had to put 2 minus signs, and I would have got the negative 5, but that would have given me a positive right here, and I can't have that. There's my right answer. For this problem, I'm not looking at any key as I do this, so if I'm making mistakes, please bear with me, ask questions as we go over this maybe in the next couple of days. I'm going to guess that the factors are going to be 2x and 4x, and if I'm wrong, we're going to have to just rewrite this because I'm not doing this in pencil. 1 and 21 is probably the last thing I want to check, so I'm going to try 3 and 7, and I'm just going to think about it here. 3, 7 would give me 12 and 14. That's not going to give me that. Let me try 7 here and 3 here. Will give me 28 and 6. Well, 28 minus 6 will give me that, so that's it. 7 and 3, again, because this is 28x. and this is 6x. Now to get 22, that has to be positive, that has to be negative. One thing I've been telling people is put a minus in both. Does it work out? Well, 7 times 4, I need to be positive, so nope, that has to be a positive 7. And negative 3 times 6 is negative, or 2 is negative 6 like I need. There's my answer. Done. Now the only difference between that part and this part at the bottom is that I still have to factor here, but I need to also set those factors equal to 0. So here I get x, factors of 40 are going to be 2 and 20 that are going to give me 18 obviously. 2, 20, a minus 20 and a plus 2. And now again, set each one of those factors equal to 0 and do the opposite. So x is negative 2 and 20, because I would just do the opposite in both cases. In this problem, I need to, first of all, bring the 4 to the other side. I need it to be equal to 0. So what I did here is just added 4 to both sides. I can't combine those, so I just brought it and put it in order. Now I can factor this to 2x and x. I could, by the way, take a 2 out of all these terms and make this a lot easier on myself. But that's okay. I don't have to. Factors of 4 are 1 and 4, 2 and 2. A guess and check type system leads me to put 2 and 2, because that will give me 2x and 4x to give me the 6x in the middle. Now again, set each one of those factors equal to 0. This is easy. Negative 2 for that one. This one I need to minus the 2 and then divide to get negative 1 also. Okay. When there is no b, that just strikes me, I can't just factor it. I need to do something else here. And all I'm going to do is solve it like I'm solving for x. If that was just x, you would add 20 to both sides and you'd be done. Well, in this case, I need to square root both sides to do the opposite. Anytime you square root something, you need to write plus or minus. This breaks down into square root of 5, square root of 4. So this is 2 square roots of 5. Not I, because there's no negative under the sign. This problem, similarly, there is no b. Okay, I have them on separate sides here, so really, if they're on the same side, I'd move the 81 over first. But right now, I can just divide it out. X squared equals 81 over 16, and then square root it, which is really just square root the top, square root the bottom, 9 over 4. Where people will go wrong here is they'll try and write it as 9, square root of 9 over square root of 4 and write me as 3 halves. Once you take the square root of 81, it's not square root of 9, it's just 9. Once you take the square root of 16, it's not square root of 4, it's 4. And that's a legit enough answer for me. In this problem again, I need them equal to 0, so I'm going to move this and this to the other side to get it to equal 0. So I got 8x squared plus 6x plus 1 equals 0. Now I'm going to factor this. I know I have 1 and 1. What's going to give me the 8? Well, excuse me, what's going to give me the 6 is going to be times 1 times, is it going to be 8 and 1 or is it going to be 4 and 2? Well, 4 and 2 obviously. So 4x and 2x. Set those again equal to 0. Minus 1 in both cases actually. And divide. X is negative 1/4 and negative 1/2. Okay. This last problem, again, I need it to equal 0, so I'm going to bring all of this stuff over to the other side. Those cancel. I get 3x squared plus 7x minus 40 equals 0. I'm going to factor this to 3x and x, and this is a little tougher. I need the factors that multiply to 40 to get my factors here, and then somehow I got to get a 7 out of here. So let's see, 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10, and I'm just going to have to start monkeying around again because I don't have the key in front of me. 3 times 4, 12, and you also of course have 5 and 8. That might make the most sense, huh? Because if I plug in 5 here and 8 here, I get the 8x and the 15x I need to give me 7x. Now, of course, I'm going to put minus minus here. This will give me negative 8x, and that's what I need to get 7x and a positive 15. So I need that to be positive. Now again, I set each one of those factors equal to 0. Here, I got a little more work to do. There, of course, I don't. And so I get 8/3 and negative 5. There's page 2. Catch on for page 3 here shortly.